Hey, it's Don Skaggs again with Empowered Inventing, the one place where we try to help you get those behaviors right. Because if you can behave like a successful inventor and entrepreneur, then a lot of times the nuts and bolts pieces of all this are much more easily fall into place to get you on the path of being successful. So anyway, I want to talk to you a little bit about an old TV show that I'm hoping that a lot of you may remember, called MacGyver. And I think it was actually rebooted here recently. I don't know how well that TV show did, but I remember the old classic TV show called MacGyver. And if you remember who MacGyver was, he was the guy that would just take like duct tape, a Swiss Army knife, and just what was ever handy around him, and solve these complex problems and get the story through desperate situations. And he would put all these things together and just all of a sudden diffuse a situation or stop the bad guys or whatever. But it was kind of a fun little show. But what I wanted to talk to you about was actually being inventive and being resourceful like MacGyver. Because a lot of us as inventors and entrepreneurs, especially the new ones that come in, you've got this great idea for a business, you've got this great idea for a product, and you think you have to just spend all of this money building this big prototype, building this big whatever, and you really haven't tested the market yet. But when there are really, truly so many really good tools just right around us, right at our disposal, things that we can, things that already exist. So one thing that I want to tell you to invent like MacGyver is don't reinvent the wheel when you do things. If there are parts that function, that already fit in maybe some certain situation, like, and I think some great places for this might be like an auto parts store, or just some hardware parts. Maybe it's something that functions or has a certain function in some other application, some other industry, where they've never heard of your industry. They've never even thought about using this for your industry. Those are where real innovations can come in, by the way. But let's say you find something that just works really well in an automobile, but it's never been applied to your idea, your industry, the problem you're trying to solve. Those can be great ideas and great innovations. Sometimes you can find these things in junkyards. Sometimes you can find these places in just all around you. Sometimes you can take something that's used in a medical product and use it for the automotive industry. There's all this cross-pollination that's not been done because they think, oh, well, this is only used for this, and this is where your creativity really comes into play. This is where you can really use your superpower. So, but the most important thing is to remember to just make it cheap and make it fast. Use the tools that are all around you because they really are. And I've seen it done before. When we were developing products for our industry with my business, a lot of times we would look to other industries and saying, how did they solve that problem there? And we would take that application and say, hey, or take that product, that innovation that they were using in that industry, and we would apply it to our own. Now there was probably some tweaking in there, was probably some things that we did, but it worked. Once we got it to work, we had a new product. And it was innovative, and it sold. And that's what I want for you. So use the tools that are around you. There's a lot of tools. A lot of cities have maker spaces where you can have things made on the cheap, or you can make things yourself on the cheap. And there's a lot of talent out there. The more people that you connect with that are talented, maybe you're not good at welding, maybe you're not good at some type of manufacturing process or mechanical or electrical process or chemical process. Well, there are people all around that are. And if you connect to those people can help you. And they can help you, a lot of times they'll just help you for free. Sometimes you can kind of get into some type of contractual arrangement. But you can do this on the cheap. I've done it, I've seen other people do it, and I know you can do it too. So anyway, I'm Don Skaggs. This is Empowered Inventing. Check us out on our website, empoweredinventing.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure and like, subscribe, click that notification bell, and I will look to see you at the next meeting, workshop, maybe one of our online classes, or on the next video.